Yes, who got the best remake makeover? As a longtime Final Fantasy fan, I have to talk about the visual changes that took place between the original Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1 that dropped in 1997 and the new Final Fantasy VII, starting with Remake, going into Rebirth, and whatever else is coming. I have been thoroughly impressed by the remake, so if you don't like the remake or you don't like the new direction that Square is taking, this may not be the video for you. I am playing Rebirth right now and I am having a blast. I am 160 some hours into that game and I cannot put it down. In most games before the 100th hour, I tend to get a lot of visual fatigue where I want to see something different just to see something different, but not in Rebirth. It just keeps getting better. So today we're just gonna make comparisons of the party members. Who got the best Final Fantasy VII remake over? Because I believe Average Children did exist. Barrett and his cornrows. So glad they got rid of that. Now, there will be no story spoilers for Final Fantasy VII. However, you will know the entire party. So if you don't want to know the entire party because you didn't play the original and finish the remake / the rebirth, then I highly suggest you come back when you have. So this is my favorite list. Put your favorite list in the comment section below. Who has the best remake makeover from top to bottom? Starting with 9. Number 9. Dun, 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 dun. Number 9. Red 13, baby. Red 13 is very close to his original design and I really appreciate that. Of course, he's not as saturated as he used to be back in the old days. He used to be a kind of a hot orange, but now they have turned that into a nice kind of orangey cool red that I really like. He still looks badass as he did back then. I love how his flame tails is no longer polygons, but it's actually an actual flame. So good. Overall, Red 13 is a win. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. He looks so badass. They even got the ear talons right. You know those little tassels? They got the ear tassels right. Gainsborough. Number 8. Arth Gainsborough or Burrow. Arth is actually one of my favorite characters. I like the fact that they updated her nice red jacket. She doesn't have metal sleeve ends anymore. Now it's just a leather belt going around the end of the sleeve, which I can really appreciate. I thought the metal looked kind of silly. She still has on the same one-piece dress, even though this time it's of a lighter shade of pink. I love the fact that now you can actually see little flowers on the dress, more texture. But most of all, I like the addition of the lace at the bottom of her dress. I think that's really good. It's a good breakup. Last but not least, her cuff boots, I think, are much more realistic. Man, Nomura loves his zippers. What? Big up on yourself. I can't. I was about to start a music channel. Okay, next up we have the poster boy of Final Fantasy VII, the guy with the strongest arms in all of JRPG history, the man himself, Mr. Cloud Strife. I love how Square has been slowly turning our boy into a darker, more emo-prone character over the years. When I was younger, I thought Cloud wore purple. I always thought he had on purple. Until Advent Children, when I saw him adorned in black drapery. I loved how they turned down the saturation of his outfit. Now he actually looks badass. Like Cloud he just looks badass. Yes, he still has on parachute pants, but those parachute pants flow so well with his combat. Swinging around that big ass sword, the Buster. I love the fact that they changed his belt. His belt used to be a combination of leather and metal, but now it's just all leather. Looks like a nice thick battle leather. And one of the subtle things that I really like about Cloud's new design is the addition of battle damage. If you look at the Buster Sword and even his shoulder pads, you see these nice little scars and tears, nicks and knacks and dangs and dings and slashes. It's really, really nice. I like that. I like those subtle touches. It makes it look more believable that he actually went through combat. I tend to do that when I get nervous. One quick question about Cloud's outfit. Nomura, why is Cloud wearing not one, but two belts? I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't get it. I know you love buckles and belts, but two belts? Oh man, it's about to get hot. That's why I'm drinking ginger tea. Next up, the bull bucker herself, Tifa Lockart. What I love the most about Tifa's new design are those fire ass red boots. These are the best shoes in the game. They literally gave the most kick-ass girl in all of JRPG history, yes, we're claiming that, the cleanest, dopest looking kick-ass boots. I love the fact that they decided to get rid of her socks and just give her some tights. Are those tights or leggings? I can't tell the difference anymore. Like the fact that they got rid of the silver elbow pad and now they just have combat gloves on her. I mean, she did have gloves in the past, but now these are like combat gauntlets. They look so kick-ass. Man, they did a good job on Tifa. New and improved skirt. The old one looked like to be like just a regular cloth skirt or whatever, but now her skirt has these utility belts on the side, and I love how that looks as she's fighting and kicking ass. She just looks like the combat queen, and I appreciate that. Tifa is fire. Tifa is fire. Number 5, Mr. XIII. XIII. This guy is the epitome of luck. XIII was one of those characters that I was always confused about in the original. So he has a unique place in my heart. Square did an excellent job of updating XIII. I love the way this guy sounds. I know that's not a part of the visuals, but I had to mention it. I am shocked to see how well Square has realized XIII. This is one character that I swore they would drop the ball on, and they didn't, because they shafted us in Advent Children. In Advent Children, we didn't see Mog, and I didn't like that. It wasn't true. It wasn't true. But in Remake, they corrected that. In Rebirth. Yeah, one of them. This guy has so much fur and buoyancy. He just looks like a giant hug. He's amazing. He's amazing. I love the fact that now they made his wings smaller so he can look like he has more mass. I appreciate that. One of the things I love the most about the Mog is the fact that his eyes are now true to his character. Like I said, I was confused with the whole XIII character when I was younger, but now I get it. I get what he is. Freaking slot machine. XIII himself, the cat in the hat. I love the way this guy is animated in the entire game. They did an absolutely good job with XIII, and I am a dog man. I am not into cats, but this cat is dope. Brum, 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 brum. Brum, 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 brum. Brum, 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 brum. Number 4, the High God. The man himself. The man with wings. Sid Highwind. I'm covering up the picture. No. The cool thing about Sid, I absolutely love the new Sid. I used to think Sid was a scuffy, deadbeat pilot. I don't know why, I just thought that. I thought that because the guy used to always have a cigarette in his mouth and he used to have a pack of cigarettes up on his goggles. And I thought that was a sign of rustiness. I love the fact that they got rid of the cigarettes, but honestly, they should give the man some herb. His last name is literally Highwind. Come on. But then again, you don't want your pilot to be high. That's not good. This Sid, he seems a bit more cleaner than the old Sid. To me, he appears to be younger for some reason. I don't know if it's because his eyes aren't as squinty looking, but now they're kind of more open. So I guess that adds to his younger look. Sid is such a gent in Rebirth, man. Like, jeez. Like, they did a really good job on Sid. I like the fact that his clothes are now a little bit more fitted than they used to be. It gives him a nice gentlemanly look. I felt at home in the baby Bronco because of how well designed they did Sid. Like, he came off as a guy that I can trust immediately because he just looks like a man of honor. And I think that shows here. I love what they did with his gloves. They really made him pop. One little addition that I appreciate, the little bandage beside his eye, because you know he's been in a few scuffy fights. So he's not as scuffy as he used to be, but now he's more of a gent, and I really like that. Good job on Sid. Number 3, a character who I thought was mad lame in the original, but Square reimagined her so well. Yuffie Kisaragi. Okay, I must admit, I used to think Luffy was kind of lame because she used to do that little shuffle fisty thing. I used to think she was nothing but a little troublemaker that wanted to fight Cloud for some reason. So she always struck me as being a little bit annoying. But in Intergrade, man, I remember smiling from ear to ear seeing Yuffie. Her introduction, she came in with the Mog cloak. The Mog cowl or cloak, it looks so good. They need to add that option in in Rebirth. I want to put the cloak back on. It is sick. It is fire. I like it. It just fits her. Her whole vibe is just insanely well portrayed in Rebirth. She was actually one of my biggest surprises. Somehow I avoided media blockout with all the Intergrade stuff, and I was actually shocked to see Yuffie. I ended up playing it late. One of the things I really like about Yuffie, her new combat gloves look amazing. She has a combat arm shield. It has these nice layers on there. Just a lot of detail in that one arm piece. And that is also reflected in her other arm. I love how the orange gloves go with her shoes. The shoes, I just love the socks, shoes combination. I just think it's amazing. They just need to give us the option for the damn Mog cloak. Oh, and they should even have the option where you can pull back the cloak. Okay, one of the weird things about Yuffie, why Square? And please write this in the comment section. Why on earth is the top button of her pants constantly undone? I just don't understand why. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of lore or something that I'm not remembering. But I noticed this when looking up her images. Like, it's always down. I just want to know why. Number 2. Our boy, Mr. Barrett Wallace. Barrett got such a great overhaul. I like the fact that I am not just seeing him as a black man saying absurdities all the time. I mean, he was a little warm in the original, I must admit, but now I generally like Mr. Barrett Wallace. Not only do I like him just as a character, but I really like his overall look. He finally has on a shirt. I mean, it's a marina, or what some would say a wife beater. I don't like to use that term. But the black marina looks really good. I mean, it's kind of heavy on the chest hairs, but it is much better than the original. And I believe in Advent Children, they actually gave him a fishnet, which for a Jamaican is kind of cultural, but not really. But on Barrett, it's just nice to see him have on a black tank top. That's I guess I thought tank top were for girls. I think they call them tank top. It's nice to see a tank top. I love the fact that they got rid of the stupid ass metal waistband he used to have. For some reason, I thought were bandages for a long time until looking at his image again. He no longer has cornrows from the 90s. You know which cornrows I'm talking about. The one from Advent Children. And one of the coolest things that I love about him, and this might sound a little weird, his pants. Okay, so for some reason, when I was playing the original, at some points I thought he had on shorts. That is because his thigh muscles was just one giant square. And I love the fact that Square captured those green pants in such an authentic way that it actually kind of rewrites what I remember back in the day, which is wonderful. I love the addition of the combat pouches on his sides. I think that's pretty cool. We're talking about the leader of Avalanche here. The guy is badass. You know what I'm saying? Down with Shinra, yo, down with Shinra. Love the fact that they added the tattoo. That is pretty much identical to the original one. Overall, Barrett is probably my favorite character in all of Final Fantasy. But it changes so many times. I love him so much, man. I love the cast so much. So I love the party, man. I love this party. And last, but certainly not least, the mysterious badass number 1, Mr. Vincent Valentine. Now, this guy, just like Yuffie, I used to think was lame. For those of you who don't know me, Jabulani Ori, I do not like vampires. I think they're hella lame, next to mermaids and unicorns. Yes, I said it. I distinctly remember him being a knockoff vampire back then. I don't care about his background. That's just what I perceived him as. And I thought he was hella lame. Then Square started to make him better and better. We saw him in Dirge of Cerberus improve. Oh, Advent Children, huge improvement. So slowly but surely, they were building up to the delivery we got here. Vincent Valentine, Death in Red. This guy got such a cool remake that he is probably literally one of the #1 people I want to see in the next installment. I love the fact that, yes, he kind of looks like a cool ass vampire still today, to this day. But now he looks more like a cool ass Dracula gone rogue, and I really appreciate that. I love how mysterious he is. One of the coolest things about his design is the addition of more gold. Man, oh man. From his gauntlet to his little thigh armor thing, I don't know what it's called, to them damn boots. Gold, red, the black, the gold, the black, the gold, and the red is just a sick combination. He looks like somebody that you do not want to encounter, whether good or bad. I love the fact that his red cape is not just a red square anymore from the original, but now it's actually flowing and it has this nice tattered look that I really appreciate. One of the things that I really like about his new rendition, those red eyes, those red piercing eyes of fire. They are done so well, so well, so well. I just think Vincent just takes the cake. This guy is just too smooth, too smooth. They made him too smooth. Now, if you put him up against Advent Children Cloud, I don't know, because Advent Children Cloud is a different cloud. It's a different cloud. That guy's a beast. Dual wielder, come on, man. Dual wielding, man, come on. Come on. You know I couldn't have a video about the characters without mentioning the one-winged angel known as Sephiroth. He doesn't even have a last name because he doesn't need one. This guy is walking death, and he is just as badass as every other character that got remade. This man here gave Nemesis work. All right. Cut out the joking. Sephiroth is still ominous. And just like the PS1 days, he still has a bone-chilling appearance. I have no idea why I never noticed, and I think they probably added it later on. I don't remember Sephiroth having cat eyes. And I think Square messes with our minds, because I swear sometimes he does not have the cat slit eyes, but regular human eyes, right? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he always had the cat. Actually, what am I doing? No. They're playing tricks on us. Sephiroth did not have cat eyes. New Sephiroth, does he have cat? Man, they look hellish. His eyes are hellish, man. They just sear through your soul. they just sear right through you. That and his ominous voice. This guy wears black so well. It is a great pedestal for those big ass bulky shoulder pads and the long ass blade of Masamusa. Siri, what's the name of Sephiroth? What's the name of Sephiroth's blade? Siri, what's the name of Sephiroth's blade from Final Fantasy VII? Gotta be specific. Masamune. For the legendary blade known as Masamune. This man can literally pull off knee-high boots. Sephiroth is probably one of my favorite villains because I remember rethinking a lot of things when I was little bit, when I was younger, just because of this character from Final Fantasy VII. So there goes my list. Please put your list in the comment section below. I am enjoying Rebirth so much. Expect a rundown of those visuals at some point in the future. For those of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Jabulani Ori, artist extraordinaire, and I love to talk about the visuals and games. You can check out the work being made over here on my website, jahbu.com. If you are interested in following me on social media, you can check me out on all platforms under the name Jahbu, JAHBU_art, A-R-T. Until next time, my wonderful people, one love, peace. Oh!